Hi everyone, it's Carrie and I'm back with a video that I actually did about 3 years ago, and because of a lot of life updates, a lot of economic updates, I wanted to do a new one. So this is just going to be a look at what I spend in a typical week. And when I did my video in 2018, I also included my bills and my rent and stuff like that. But now I've changed to a banjunse kind of system. So my rent is actually almost non-existent, which is great, but I don't think it's very helpful for the average person. It's only until you've lived here for a long time and you're settling down that you do a banjunse typically. So if you want to know about my rent and my monthly bills, that honestly hasn't changed drastically from my old video. So I encourage you to check that out. And as you will see in the video, I pretty much only spend money on food, transportation, and then my skincare. And so I do just really quickly, there are timestamps below if you want to skip over this part. Speaking of saving money on skincare, I do have a Wishtrend promotion going on right now. It's going on from the 15th of March until the 21st of March, and the typical skincare that I use, my full routine, is on sale on Wishtrend. It's 45% off, so if you want to stock up right now, this is a really good time. So I will link that down below, but it's going to include my favorite toner, my favorite cleanser, my essence, my holy grail moisturizer, and this really cool mask I use all the time. You know all these products already. They're my forever favorites. And then you get a bunch of free masks as well from Wishtrend, some of my faves. So yeah, just want to throw that out there. If you're looking to save money, great deal right now. Info will be linked down below. But before we jump into just what I happen to spend this week, if you do want to just know the general prices of things, here's a quick fire round of how much things cost here. For food, Korean food 100% is going to be your cheapest option. You can get a substantial meal, especially if you're splitting with people, but even for a single serving, between 3,000 won to 6,000 won. And depending on, obviously some things will cost more, but you can get a hearty, filling meal for, you can say average, let's say 6,000 won. Anything other than that, a step up would probably be Chinese and Japanese. And then you keep going up and up and up in price, depending on where your food is coming from. So pizzas, doesn't matter if it's that big. 20 bucks, 20,000 won, not a bad price. Honestly, I'm not shocked by that. Definitely, if you're looking to save money, learn to love Korean food.
Hi, tiny thing I forgot to mention, cafes, because that's what a lot of people spend their money on. Learning to love Korean food, learn to love black coffee. The way that you can probably check how expensive a cafe is look at the price of their Americano, which is black coffee. It's espresso plus water. The Americano will always be the cheapest thing on the menu. So definitely learn to love black coffee. Teas, juices, lattes will all be expensive. So you can find places that they have 90-cent, 900 won coffee places, but those are usually to-go kind of places, so if you're picking them up on your way to work. But if you want to go to a cute cafe and hang out and sit there and enjoy the ambiance, you're gonna need your wallet for that one. So yeah, anyway, back to the vid.
When you actually go to the grocery store, things like eggs, things like tofu, those are all, eggs are usually, let's say, 3,000 won for a dozen. Tofu is super cheap. You can get an entire block of tofu for 1,000 won. As far as vegetables go, you will definitely want to head more towards the root vegetables. So we're talking potatoes, we're talking carrots, we're talking what? I guess pumpkin, zucchini. Those are quite cheap. Onions, obviously mushrooms. Oh my God, the selection of mushrooms you can get, so cheap here, less than 1,000 won for too many mushrooms to eat. If you, like me, really love Brussels sprouts, really love asparagus, maybe some cauliflower, you're out of luck. Those are expensive and not easily found. So just kind of curve your diet towards the cheaper ones and you'll be fine. Fruit, notoriously expensive. I come from a place where fruit is kind of always in season and everything is available all the time. But moving to Korea, if you just learn to pay attention to the seasons, that's when things will obviously be on sale. So like strawberries, you aren't going to eat strawberries in autumn. You just can't afford it. But in the middle of winter or the middle of summer, they're typically on sale. Same with tangerines. In the winter, they're like crazy on sale. So just paying attention to that. Frozen fruit is much cheaper. I was never a frozen fruit gal, but if you really want to get your vitamins and, you know, especially berries or mango or stuff like that, learn to love frozen fruit. It's a thing. I just had to accept that the food availability isn't the same as where I'm from, and once I kind of got used to that, I learned to set up a routine where things were affordable for me. I was able to budget it out. So obviously like avocados, man, you're not gonna get that. I eat a lot of apples now. I've always loved apples, but I eat many more apples now. The next thing I probably spend the most money on is transportation, and this is the only little update from 2018, is that taxis are still quite cheap compared to where I'm from, but they used to start, the meter starts at 3,000 won, but it has since changed and it starts at 3,300 won. So it's basically in, you know, US dollars, it's like a 30-cent difference. And then for buses, it's 1,200, and for the subway, it's 1,250. And it can change a little bit depending on which bus you get, how far you're going, etc. But overall, transportation here is very cheap. The KTX is the one train that's like very expensive comparatively. Yeah, I would say public transportation, especially for like just your local area, is, you can say, about 125 per trip. And that's pretty much it. Again, if you want to know more about my bills and stuff like that, which I would say across the board is much cheaper than at least what I'm used to in the United States, you can check my other video, but let's just jump into what a very average week looks like in my life. Hello, good morning friends, happy Monday. I am going to try and do a realistic how much I spend in a week, and I'm not going to go so far into detail into like breaking down my rent like by week or something like that, but just a general look at like if I'm meeting up with my friends, if I'm going to a cafe, if I'm not actively thinking about how much I'm spending, how much do I actually spend? It's a little too late for breakfast, so I am just having a giant cup of walnuts and almonds that I've almost finished. Haven't spent any money. 12 hours into Monday. So anyway, catch you when we get on the bus. Why don't you figure my heart out? my friends, we've made it home, and I'm doing a little bit of work, but it is now 7:20 and Kurt actually has a dinner meeting, so I am ordering food. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wanted to give you an honest look on how much money I spend in a week, so I'm almost embarrassed. I don't know why. This is well within my budget. I don't really spend money on other things. I'm trying not to shame myself here, but yes, I did buy Mexican food. And so I spent $17 on this burrito. I also had to add, in order to make the minimum, I do always order extra salsas, and those salsas go into my breakfast the next day. I try and justify it. It is an expensive burrito. So anyway, that's what I'm doing, trying not to beat myself up over my burrito and working a little bit. Once food is here, I'm gonna maybe start WandaVision. Okay. You telling me that there is a documentary about murder and Mormons? Wait, do we not have WandaVision? Is it on Disney Plus? Is this whole time exclusively on Disney Plus? Do I watch the Mormon murder show? I mean, yeah. Murder among the Mormons. The editing is killing me.
Another one. And I want to mention, I did no drinking. Just watched. Anyway, with the...
Good morning, happy Tuesday. I'm back home. So I just ran to Milestone for, I guess I was there for actually more like almost 3 hours. Yeah. So now I'm home and I am making some rice, which I'm gonna make into fried rice. And then I'm now watching the panel, I guess, of the Shadow and Bone cast. And then I'm pretty much just gonna write the rest of the day. So see you at lunch. Lunch. So it's a few hours later and I'm not gonna add it in to what I spent this week. But I just did my taxes. It's painful every year. So good luck on your taxes. This is your reminder if you are a US tax paying person. April 15th. Here we go.
The goods, the cost. The most expensive thing was the strawberry, for sure. Everything else was like $1, $3. Yes.
I'm not buying anything.
You're not?
I'm not.
Carrie's gonna cry. Oh, 감사합니다. Oh, that is so cute.
Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked. Kurt's gonna kill me. But we have proof that I didn't pay, so.
That is so nice. Oh my god, she's great. Wait, what's her name? What's her store number?
Number 19, Bjorn Plawa.
Visit her.
Visit her.
She's great.
Yes, not sponsored.
was cool. Hi there. Boring vlog, just checking in. Today I literally just made tea, made the same eggs that I had yesterday with my salsa, and then I have been taking a guitar break currently, but I've just been writing and I actually am like pushing myself to write a ton today. I haven't had lunch, but it's like 3, it's almost 4. I've noticed I'm kind of editing this vlog already, and I've noticed that I've just not been eating properly this week. Sometimes you just have weeks like that. You know, everybody's different. So for me, that's how this week is going. But I hopefully will bring you guys bike riding on Saturday and you can figure out the prices of that. But yeah, so this is my footage for Friday. Catch you at dinner and then see you tomorrow. Thank you for putting up with me. Bye. Don't stay awake for too long, don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head, get you up and going out of bed.
I am literally too hungry to vlog, but my kimbap was $3.5. Thank you. Good night.
Hi guys, so it is Sunday and I just had an epiphany, literally just sitting down. I normally don't film on the weekends. As I'm sitting here on a Sunday, sitting down to talk to you, it's so quiet. My neighborhood is so quiet on the weekends. There's no construction noise. Why have I never filmed on the week? Anyway, we're gonna have a slight change of scene, I guess, for the rest of the day, and I'm not going to add it into the total because it's very random, but I'm going to be staying at an Airbnb for filming purposes. This morning I've just been like cleaning and writing and stuff like that, so I've been just digging through my fridge and haven't spent any coin today, but we're going to head out to the other side of Seoul soon. I just need to kind of pack up my night bag and yeah, then I will see you then. And then that's pretty much the end of my week. So this was a pretty regular week, I would say. It depends. Like this week I have a lot of people that I'm meeting up with and like we're doing a bunch of things. Next week I'm probably not gonna leave my house. You know, like it's an on and off kind of thing. I can't believe I spent $7 on a cup of tea. That's a thing that happens here. So just hope that that sheds some light, and I am going to get ready. See you later. So we reached the end of our week, and here is just kind of a breakdown. This week I spent a total of 96,450 won. So you can think about $96. And 85,250 of that was food. So the grand majority. And then within that 85 whatever, just coffee and tea was 26,700 won. So typically for me, if I'm gonna go, like I'll go out and get a coffee and work a lot on like a day that I'm not filming. But typically I only go to like expensive fancy cafes when I am filming, because I know that that is for work, and I know that hopefully I will get some kind of revenue from it to help me do that. So just keep that in mind. Like, if I know, I mean, if you're watching this, you guys might watch like YouTubers who live in Korea and live life here. Honestly, like, that's how I justify it and balance it out. So if you see a lot of people like every day going to a cool cafe and you think you're gonna move here and do that as well, just keep that in mind, that only reason why they can go to these cafes consistently is that it's part of their job. I definitely try and limit it. They're expensive here. And then actually for transportation, for me, I only spent 8,200 won this week. Luckily, I'm very lucky, and I live in a neighborhood that I don't have to take the bus to get to any places. Like, even going to the river, I can walk there, stuff like that. When I was working full-time, obviously, like, I would have to commute every single day, so that was different. But yeah, that was my week. I would say that that's pretty average. I would say Kurt was actually out of town for half of this week, so we might have spent a little bit more because we tend to go out to eat a lot, but that would have been like $6 to $10 difference on a couple of days, so you can keep that in mind too. But like I said, every week is a little bit different, but I hope that this gave you a relatively good look at what you might be spending. And yeah, again, I definitely encourage you to watch my other one as well. I was a little more frugal back then, but also I was working full-time, so I had commuting. Anyway, you can check that out if you want to. So I hope that this was helpful, and if you want any more like informational videos like this one was a little bit of a mess because I wasn't sure how I wanted to structure it, and I came up with this structure. So if you want any more informational videos, let me know what you're interested in, and I will try to help you out. But yeah, I will see you guys next week, and thank you for joining me. Hope you're all doing well. Bye.